Hello, and welcome back to Otogi Myth of Demons. So, in the last episode, I forgot something pretty important for the upcoming stage. So in my equipment, I'm actually going to remove the dragon staff. You will see why, but well, I'll explain why when we get there. Let's put it that way. So let's throw on. Yeah, let's keep on Raiko's Mystic Sword. We do not need the White Serpent Amulet. We will put on the Magic Bracelet, though. Get some good attack on. And also, we need to head to the shop, because the next few stages coming up, we are really going to want the Phoenix spell, which is House of Suzaku. So, the reason for that, and I'll illustrate this here in just 1 second. Let me go to equipment. So, reason being, I have mentioned this before, where there are specific magics that are opposing, basically like opposing elements to each other. Suzaku is the opposing element to House of Genbu, as the House of Byakko is opposite of the House of Soryu. What that means is, if you use the magic from a House of Suzaku against a enemy that is a member of the House of Genbu, it does double damage. So it is a good idea, especially moving into the later levels, to keep that in mind. Now the levels are going to start mixing up enemies with different houses, and you sort of have to say, okay, well, what's the biggest threat and what's the better overall sort of magic that I can use in the level. So right now we're going to use the House of Suzaku. Okay, so we did go ahead and completely clear out the Palace of Gold. Most of it was inside the area where the Crimson King came out of, but there were a few little lanterns that I had missed before. It's nothing too amazing or extreme. Now, the next stage coming up here that we're going to be playing, this one does indeed have a secret, a secret goal to accomplish, and that is to beat the level in under a minute. Now, I cannot do that right now. There might be a way to do it. I don't know of it. So we are not going to do that right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through this and then go through more stages. And then once I am able to come back to this stage and complete it under a minute, I will go ahead and edit that onto the end of this segment, just in case anyone wants to see it. So I'm filming these, or sorry, recording these. I'm not filming anything, I'm recording them. I'm recording these all in big batches, so I should be able to edit this together and get this done before this episode goes out. So just so you know, that's what I'm doing. But as it stands, we are going to take our time through this one, well, as much time as we can afford. And we're gonna be destroying things and trying to, you know, get a bit more experience, hopefully some gold, things like that. And then once we are able, we will rush through it. So let's get into the stage and let's hear what it's about, and then let's look at the creatures.
Cross the lake of tortured souls and purify the demon that lives on Lover's Rock.
Okay. So there's a demon on Lover's Rock, which is sort of where you see those two Torii gates. And we need to, as this game lovingly refers to it, as purifying. The creatures we have. The Soul Caller, a water spirit that toys with the dead. She once comforted the dead, but has since turned evil. She's invincible when the moon is hidden by clouds. House of Genbu. So this is the demon that is on Lover's Rock that we need to purify. Malice Serpent. Snake creatures formed of drowned corpses filled with resentment. They can't move very fast, but their arms can deliver a powerful attack. Also House of Genbu. And Shadow Serpent. Snake creatures formed of drowned corpses filled with resentment. They attack the living out of envy, firing pure malice from their hands. House of Genbu. So as you can see, these guys are all made up of serpents. They're just big old balls of snakes, save for the water sprite. I think I accidentally called her a water spirit before, but if I did, I apologize. She's a water sprite. Okay,
the lake of tortured
let's get in here and
purify the demon that lives
see what we can do. So,
This lake is filled with the tortured souls of the dead.
that is Lover's
Their
Rock.
pain mixes with the dark waters and saps magic power. You must not remain in contact with the water for too long.
All right, here we go. And as the princess alluded to, or outright said, we should not be staying in contact with the water. It will absolutely drain our magic.
Do not cross the bridges without the moon's protection. Sometimes it is best simply to wait patiently.
All right, buddy. Okay, so as she said, there are these, well, she didn't say necessarily, but when the moon's actually hidden, let me see if I can get there it is. All these red orbs come out and actually do a little bit of damage to us, but mostly they slow us down and block us. Also, if we go into the water here, we will start draining magic. I believe it's at double the rate. And in the deep water, which is out where these little blue guys are here, it's even worse. Now we can stand in that. Those blue lanterns do count towards the destruction bonus that we could get. However, we cannot get out there quite yet. We're not quite good enough or strong enough yet. Now we can go in the water. It's not going to murder us immediately or anything like that, but it certainly is a drain on us. And part of the issue, I guess it is, with getting through this level in under a minute is the fact that you need to get through here while sprinting, or dashing rather, with those red orbs going out. So it's a little tough. It's a little tough. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a little bit tricky. Alright, so we're gonna start moving a bit faster here, because we are running out of magic. Just wanted to get some of these bridges down. and here is the water sprite. Beautiful.
What are you? Are you alive? Or are you dead?
The answer is yes to
but
both
more
of those.
importantly, how does your soul taste?
God, I hope I don't know. All right, so long as the moon is behind clouds, she cannot be hurt. She also cannot be hurt by non-physical attacks. So that is why we switched from the staff to something a bit more her speed here, a bit more damaging physically.
Oh, the futility.
As you can see, she's pretty tough at the moment. I'm gonna back off from her. I'm in no rush at the moment. I am actually a lot more worried about these guys at the moment than I am of her. However, she will become a concern if we let her get too far out into the middle of the ocean there. Okay, I need to unlock from her. So she has this attack, which is really annoying. When she is invisible in the moonlight. She just absolutely wrecks you with these really quick there we go. With these really quick blue fireballs that can stun lock you.
Fun. You were the one that put me here in the first place.
So a bit of lore there. So apparently we,
You
Raiko,
told me not to let the spirits wander.
put her here. And then we destroyed her. We betrayed her. I mean, it was technically from the princess. So our level has gone up. But that is the long and short of that mission. Like I said, I'm going to include my 1 minute or under run with this. I do want to see what might be in the shop, if anything's new, what we can afford. So we can't afford that. There is no new magic, no new accessories. And I don't really think I'm going to be repairing any of these, because that's just going to eat through our funds here. Okay, so let's see. So I am going to go through, as always, and take care of this off screen with the objects destroyed and the spirits released. Next time you see this, or actually in just a minute here, even less than that, I'm gonna go ahead and put up the 1 minute run. So I hope you enjoy that. Okay, so we are now going to attempt our below 1 minute completion time for a clouded moon. As you can see, we are at level 11. I think that is a good enough level to complete this. If we wanted to make sure we could complete it faster, I could wait until, you know, we were much higher level, even up to max level of 31. However, I think this is a good place to start. So, what we have equipped, we have the Locust Wing equipped, partially because it is one of the highest attack power weapons outside of, you know, maybe the Heretic's Blade here. But it is also one of the lightest weapons. In fact, I think it is the lightest weapon we have right now, which has a weight of 90, which will actually really help us move quicker towards the Lover's Rock, which is where we need to go, whereas some of these other ones have, 220 weight, and this one even has 420, so this would drag us down quite a bit. Now, what we also have equipped here is the Byakko magic spell, because it actually does increase both your attack and your defense. So if you are not planning on using any magic during a stage, this is the way to go. So all the other ones have not much lower, but they do have a bit lower attack and defense. And then, of course, we have the Mystic Beads to raise their attack power so that we can try to burst down the water sprite as soon as possible. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this. Whoops, wrong area. Let's get into this. I did clear out everything that I needed to in order to get an A rating in Objects Destroyed and got all the spirits, so we are good to go. Should be a fairly straight shot to Lover's Rock.
And purify the demon.
Okay, so let's get started here. So first thing I want to do is get an attack off real quick so that we can cancel that fall. Because we'll keep falling quite a bit further before we can dash if we don't
cross the
do that.
bridges
So
without the moon's protection.
the idea here is to
Sometimes it is
dodge
best
as many of
simply
these
to wait
orbs as you possibly can, or ideally dodge all of them. Unfortunately, we are not doing great on that front. There, we still got here, I think, in a decent amount of time. Okay, we got her. The second thing to note, if you can't defeat her in this first moon phase, then you're done.
I was
So,
only
we got it in 50 seconds. We got the special item, Needle of Fury. So I did not do that perfectly. I hit 2 orbs. I knocked her quite a bit away, but I just barely made this happen. So, I think if you hit more than 2 orbs while trying to get over to Lover's Rock, or if you miss her and can't defeat her in the first moon phase that she comes out of, then you should just restart. I've had to restart this a few times, but it is completely doable. It just takes a little bit of practice. So let's go over to our equipment page and take a look at the Needle of Fury. Needle of Fury unleashes hidden strength. Insert it into the proper acupuncture point to raise attack enough to completely break through the enemy's defenses. Lowers defense, can't use magic. So, if you are looking for a good, if you're good at the level that you're gonna get into, or just good at the game in general, don't need to worry too much about defense, but you're not going to need magic. This is the way to go. I might even use this on the next stage that we're going to be doing, which is not the Tower of Water. Or no, it's not Tower of Water. It was the Restless Sea, because I've already completed it, as you can see. But I might use it for the boss fight coming up. However, that is everything for this stage. It is now completely cleared. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, any love you decide to show to the channel or to the video is greatly appreciated. Hope you are all having a great night, a great day. I hope you all are well, and I will see you in the next video. So long.